Well, let's bring in Stephen Underwood, U-Turn Homeless Ministry Communications Officer, to help us unpack the impact of high cost of living on the most vulnerable groups in South Africa. Stephen, good afternoon. Thank you for your time with us here on the SABC.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Perhaps you could paint a picture for us. What has been the impact on the vulnerable, given the state of our economy to date?
Yeah, the statistic you mentioned at the beginning there, 14,000, that was based off a study done in 2019, which was pre-COVID. So obviously, as you mentioned in the clip there, those numbers have significantly gone up. The study hasn't been updated since then, so we don't know exactly for sure. But I think a conservative estimate is that the number of people have doubled. And one of the largest drivers of homelessness is lack of economic opportunities. So yeah, when the economy is suffering like this, it actually ends up with forcing more and more people onto the streets.
Let's explore the work done by shelters, soup kitchens and NGOs, and given the precarious economic situation, how the economy is affecting the work done by those entities, given the resources available as well.
For sure. So most NGOs, they are reliant on donations from the public and also potentially from budgets from government. So again, without having the proper figures of how many people are living on the streets, those government budgets are not accurate. So at U-Turn, we see sort of funding from various institutes of government is perhaps less than it has been in previous years. Funding from members of the public, because they personally feeling the impact of a rising cost of living. They have less disposable income to contribute to charities. Having said that, we also, we see the generosity and the resilience of South Africans continuing to give and support NGOs. And as U-Turn, we're very, very grateful for our partners who help us to help as many people as we can off the streets. But there's no doubt that it's a very challenging circumstance to be in.
So looking at the long-term game, perhaps as we even edge closer to December, to the festive period, how are you going to cope, given that you're operating, let's say, in social, health and education sectors? What are the interventions that are needed? What are the measures that need to be adopted to curb the effect of this economic situation in the country?
It's sure, I'm not an economist to be able to advise regarding how we can assist on that regard. In terms of homelessness, I think certainly policies can be reviewed. There's sort of spending, obviously, on punitive measures to respond to homelessness. That's security and police evictions. That's charging and fines, court systems, policing. All of these things cost money. And that punitive response doesn't actually solve the problem in the long run. Whereas development, for example, helping people through education, the way that U-Turn do through rehab, through work readiness programs, so that they can eventually find work on the open labor market and support themselves. This type of development work gets a lot less funding than, say, punitive welfare responses. So from a policy point of view, I believe we can try to align policies more towards development than punitive or welfare responses, and that would help us solve the problem at the long-term level.
In terms of the work that you're doing as we speak, what's the reality on the ground for you? What are you anticipating as well for the next coming months?
So yeah, we see the effects in terms of food donations. We do get donations, but they're never complete in terms of the nutritional requirements of our clients. So of course we have to purchase in food to balance that, and with the rising costs of food, it becomes more and more expensive to help clients. We also use our meal service as a way of attracting clients into our program and helping them off the street. So for us, it's an important incentive to get clients to engage and to assist them into a life of independence. So I think from our side of things, it's very hard to control these factors. We just have to keep asking for the public to support us. Our website is homeless.org.za if the public want to learn more about U-Turn and get involved in support from their side. There is a solution for homelessness. It is development. It's just that the scale of the problem at the moment is so significant that it does feel overwhelming. But Like I say, the resilience and generosity of South Africans is really unbelievable. And yeah, we just have to keep going and implementing solutions as best we can.